Hi, and welcome to another edition of the 2B Honey in the Hive Hotel. What we're doing, it's still June, and we're going to be looking at the hives. I did splits, which means as they got very busy and they got full, I took half of the frames, moved them down to different sections. With the Langstroth hives, I moved them into other hives to keep things, keep them expanding, preventing swarm. And I'm going to give you a look at one of the Hive hotels and show you the progress that it's making. I also have something with a Langstroth hive, which I'm trying a new method of expanding and getting some really good honey from it. I'll explain that in just a minute. Okay, so hold on and we'll get started. All right, well, I was at a meeting with the Capital Area Beekeepers Association, and they were talking about something called a Snelgrove hive, which is this right here. If you look down, do you see how this is open and the bees are going in? It's the bottom, so the bees are going into the bottom. Now if you look, you can see there's a little slide right there to open. Well, what happens, look over here, and you can see the top one is open there. See how the top piece is open? What happens, what we do, is we take it so the bees from here can go in and out of the top. Now we wait about a week, we close the top and open the bottom. So now all these bees can only go into the bottom, and the bees that fly like that, they're the honeybees, the ones that are out getting nectar and pollen. So in theory, what happens is these get full of nectar and pollen. The queen is down here. This blue thing here, this is called a queen excluder. So the queen cannot come up. So we're not going to open this. Before I showed you this one right here, we're not going to open it right now. When we're ready for harvesting, that's when I'll open it up and we'll see if it worked or not. It's an experiment, but I'm excited to see if we're going to get some really nice early summer harvest from these bees and from the Snelgrove, I believe that's how it's pronounced, divider. Okay, so now unfortunately we're not looking at the Langstroth, but I do want to show you how the Hive Hotel is going, and I'm kind of excited with the progress that it's making, and it's only the middle of June right now. Okay, so let's get started. Now we're going to look inside the Hive Hotel, and I'm going to show you how I divided honey on top, brood on the bottom. That way, it's the same as a Langstroth, but this was so much easier to work with the frames and to keep the queen on the bottom. We'll also look to see if we can find her and to see how things are going. All right. Let me put my glasses on so I can see what's going on in there. And let me get my hat on.
No gloves today yet?
Nope. The bees this year are very, very gentle so far. Even the guard bees have seemed to like me and think that I'm like part of the family. So if they consider me part of the family, then I'll act like part of the family. Let's get this. There we go. Now I'm going to take, and we do a little puff in the front, just. Remember I said it lets them know to calm down. Everything's okay. Now let's look at the back. Here we go. And can you see all the bees on top and all the bees on the bottom down here? What I tried to do, what I'm working on, is moving the queen down here and the honey up here. And the little door in the middle is open so the bees can travel up and down from the bottom apartment to the top apartment. So they can move all around the hotel however they want. Here, let's take it down so we can get a better look. See?
I'll show the front at the end.
Yes.
Of the Hive
Sure,
Hotel
we'll
with
show all the different openings.
the entrances
We'll do
and
one-
exits.
One more little tap. Now, a lot of people have talked about the proper amount of room for bees and the fact that some of these are up and some are down. I do work with that. I do know what bee space is. We do work with bee space on all of these. And that way, this way I'm able to work with the different frames and with the different hives to make sure the bee space stays appropriate. Okay? Okay, now we're getting started. Let's see. First, I'll show you from the top. And these were frames that I just put in to help with the honey. Now here's one. Let me see if I can show you. There's brood on this, but there's also honey on it. And I'm keeping it on top. See? Now, you can see how these are brood because they're darker and they're capped like that. And the ones on top are honey. See how much lighter that is? And as the bees hatch from here, what happens is they fill the holes with honey. So this becomes a nice big honey frame. And that's what we're looking for, is a nice big honey frame. Okay? Let me put this one back. All right. Make sure everybody's still okay. Everybody fine. Relax. Okay. Now we've got, this is, see, there's some honey that's producing on there. And that's why some of them are a little bit off right now, but they do get together better, see? All right, so we're leaving that for them to keep producing honey. There we go. Let me see if I can get one good one. Here's a nice one with some honey in it, okay? Let me see if I can show you this one, and then we'll leave them alone so they can go back to work, and I'll show you the brood on the bottom. Look at that. See, this is the honey up here that they're working on, this whole frame they did. Now, if you look, you can see how it stops here? But I let them make the extra wax going down. So this is actually a full thing of honey on there. See? So there's a lot more room to make honey from the frame. I want to show you one more. What I did was, you can see where when I moved it up, I put a new frame in the middle of every one to give them new room to start producing. Now let me show you this one. This will be the last one to show you with the honey. Okay? Look at that, huh? See? See how all that's going from there? Nice honey going in. And now I'll show you how this works, where you can have...
You might have to edit that.
I will try to. See, when we put these back in, easy enough. Easy peasy. See how easy the frames go in here? Not a whole lot of propolis gluing things together. Now I'm going to show you down here. Let me see if I can get a good frame there, huh? Get a good honey frame. And you see how I also have these spaced intermittently in there? Okay. Let me move that so you can get a better, not so much smoke going on. Here we go. Oh my goodness, you ready? This, okay, it's the same thing. We have honey and we have brood, but I put this one on the bottom so we can See? This way the queen can continue. She has room here to continue to work. All right? That's what we want. We want to make sure the queen's okay. And you see how easily they go sliding right back in? Come on. This one's the heavy one.
Dripping honey.
Oh my goodness, yeah. A lot of these, yeah.
Let's see.
We don't have to see her. I'm not
I
gonna.
don't see her.
See, here's the thing here is the way I'm working with this hive, I'm really not, what I want you to understand is I'm not disrupting the hive at all. That's one of the things I really like about the Hive Hotel is that the bees are really not bothered at all. They're fine with this. And they're fine with it because I'm not taking the top off of their house. They go in and out from the front. And because they go in and out from the front, going from the back, you can see where they're calm.
I'm going to walk around to the front.
All right, the front of the hive you'll see is where a lot of the action is. Let's see if I can.
Okay, here we go. So here, you want to
Now,
talk about the
right.
entrances? And there they are.
Sure, you go from there, I'll go around this.
Okay, there they are, going in and out.
Now, you don't want to stand in front of an entrance
No,
too much.
no, I'm on
because this is where guard bees really can
Get
start
aggressive?
to get aggressive.
Okay.
But you'll see that this is open, that's open, and that one. So these are all, so we have it open for them to come in and out from different areas.
There, I showed an opening,
Yep.
and then this one's closed down here.
That
So
one
I'll
is,
show
because that
that
one,
it's
not
closed.
all of these have been divided. This one is
Okay.
not. That one is not.
All right.
This is the one we were just looking at. And you can see how excited they are.
Yes.
This is the honey.
Okay.
All right, the honey supers are on top. That's why most of the bees are coming and going from the top.
Okay.
This one is open. So you will see bees coming and going from here until they get acclimated to go to the top for the, so it's almost like different entrances, just like a regular hive.
Okay.
All right, but this right here, you can see how active everybody is and how excited they are.
So I'm going to step
And
away
If
now.
you can see here real quick.
Oh, you want me to come over there?
Do you see on the bottom where the bees actually still enter from? So they can still enter from the bottom on the big Langstroth.
Oh, that's the Langstroth
the
we're going
Snelgrove
to.
that we were just talking
Okay.
about. Yes. So you see they can enter from here to put honey up here, but
Down here?
yeah, see?
Okay.
So they're still coming and going from there. And they're coming and going from here. That's how they all go down there. And what we did, come on up just for a second, just so I can finish going over here. Let me close this. What we did with this, the way this works, is if you remember how full this was when we looked at it. I took all the frames out and I left the queen and one frame of brood I left in this bottom box. And then I put 9 more empty frames in there. That way she could just start laying eggs again. I took those other 9 frames that were full of brood and honey and I put them here in this box. And then these 2 are for honey supers, and they're empty. They just have empty frames in them. So we have the brood here, and as it hatches, we have a door here so they can go to the bottom and start filling these with honey. And then we just keep going around. As they hatch, they start out on top, and then they go down to the bottom. In theory, the queen can lay as many eggs as she wants to fill that up again, and these will be full of honey, and these will hopefully be full of honey also. We'll see what happens. I'll be really excited to see if it works. And We'll see how the Hive Hotel is working because that's also producing a lot of honey. So let's see. Do you want to do our fact of the week?
Yes.
Okay. For the fact of the week, let's talk about the propolis. Come on around on this side. I want to show you what propolis is. Okay, now in here you'll see propolis is like bee glue. They put it everywhere and they make everything sticky and they seal everything up. And I remember I used to ask, what's the purpose? It's so annoying. What's its purpose? Why do bees have to make propolis? The reason why, the propolis is how they weatherproof things. Propolis is how it's like bee glue. But it's more than just glue. It's like a sealant that they put on. They get it from different trees can have it, different flowers can have it, and they produce it kind of like honey, but it's more than just honey. There's more things in it, and they use that to seal up all the cracks of the hive and to winterize it and to help them. That's why when you're working with a hive, you'll see me where I have to like pry things apart before I lift them up, because the bees are doing their job and sealing it up, and then I'm doing my job and unsealing it. Okay, so that's our fact of the week. Bees try to keep things as weatherized as they possibly can, and I try to disrupt that for the sake of the honey. Okay?
But they just keep making more, so not a
that's
problem.
Their job. Absolutely. Thanks, and I'll see you next time.
Okay. Bye.